once again, but we found one. Got a load that we're picking up in Bakersfield, and we're gonna go take it down to New Mexico. I'm gonna get my student a rolling 34. Just walking around doing a double check. I've already done a pre-trip on the trailer. I'm just double checking again, make sure everything's good, no leaking air. Now that the airbags are filled up. So we're gonna get down the road and see what the day brings us in a minute. So,
regular burger.
for real?
Yeah.
You got a regular burger from that? We should have got extra spread, dog. I'm telling you.
Feel like a little regular burger to me.
That's crazy.
For real.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. As y'all see, I'm getting unloaded finally. I got here to my 90 at midnight last night and parked here overnight right there on the street. Had an appointment for 5 o'clock this morning, and for whatever reason the receiver didn't get here until 7, so I bumped the dock. As you can see, there's only 2 docks here, so obviously they haven't started unloading me. Yeah, I came to talk to you guys. Basically just brushing up on the video I posted a couple weeks ago about CYA. So the results of that, I had a little situation with the truck. It did go in the shop, and for whatever reason, I was down for 12 days, for warranty and parts getting shipped and things like that. And for whatever reason, it was set as a home time counter for whatever reason. But I don't live in Missouri. But basically, I had to fight with that for about a week. That got resolved on Tuesday morning. I found out Wednesday afternoon. So that really all came to pass because of CYA. I kept everything documented. I had dash cam footages I was able to send up. I sent the emails to the proper people in the proper department, and it just happened to work out. So CYA is extremely important. I like to kill them. Covering yourself is extremely important, especially when you're working, like when you're owning a business or operating a business. It could be trucking or anything for that matter, but you definitely want to learn how to document and plan appropriately, for sure, because you never know what's going to come up. Luckily, I was in the position that I was in, got everything, basically paid for as far as my fixed costs and stuff, so I no longer was in the hole, and now I'm just collecting detention at the moment. But yeah, so as you guys know, I did do a podcast interview with the Asian My channel. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go check it out on his channel. Basically just me talking about my experience as a company driver and a lease operator, as well as a lease trainer. I think it's about an hour and a half. There's an abridged version that's about 10 minutes long, but again, you go over to the Asian My channel and check it out on his YouTube video. Outside of that, we're delivering. So last week, I'm trying to think of the last topic. So last time I recorded a video, I was in Arnold, Pennsylvania, and we took a load down from Arnold, Pennsylvania, we took a meat load down to Kansas City, Kansas. I hopped on another load, really short load, going like 160, 180 miles, something like that, for like $400. It was going from Kansas City, Kansas up to Council Bluffs, Iowa. So I ended up taking that. En route to that delivery, I actually got a message and a call from my fleet manager saying that one of our trucks actually needed to be repowered. Usually every claim I've ever had at Prime came from a repower truck. So my first answer was probably, I think was no. But then I started thinking about it. I asked where it was going, how much it's paying. It's paying like $1.74 a mile. It's actually a pretty good paying load, especially for a repower. So we ended up doing that. They met me at my receiver, which was really, really nice of them. So I definitely appreciate them for that. Met them at my receiver, which was a drop and hook at the 90 anyway. So basically I dropped my loaded trailer, and they picked up my empty, and I picked up their loaded trailer, and me and my student headed down to, or me and Dante headed down to Shelbyville, Tennessee. So we got to Shelbyville, Tennessee, delivered there. After that delivery, we ended up heading out to Rossville, Tennessee, and picking up a load going to California. So we did end up going to California. It didn't pay like fantastically or anything, but of course, going into California is going to be like that. So we went down there and picked up in Rossville, Tennessee, drove out to California. We actually arrived about 32 hours early for the delivery for that load. So we ended up getting that dropped off in the Fontana yard, in which, as you guys know, or those of you at Prime know, anytime that you drop off in Fontana, it's a prime way to basically help sales out and do a local load, and basically get an empty trailer that way, because there's usually no empty trailers. In which there was an empty trailer. They had 3 on the list. Only one of them was there, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, there was a truck parked under it, because we're not supposed to park on that drop yard, but there was a truck taking a 10-hour break under the only empty trailer on the yard. So instead of me doing a local, they actually had me deadhead, I don't know, about 4 or 5 miles to a customer around the corner. But that took 2 hours just to get organized. So I got a little peeved at that, because the last time that I did that, not parked at that drop yard, but parked under an empty trailer, and another driver needed it, they called and woke me up to detach from that trailer. But apparently, different strokes, different folks, I suppose. But anyway, got the empty trailer. It wasn't that big of a deal. It's only 4 miles. I was really more upset about the time, but it's whatever. But I actually picked up a load from Bakersfield. All right, getting unloaded. Picked up a load from Bakersfield, California, and I'm currently delivering it here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now, I did see an Instagram video from Married to the Miles that it was snowing in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and that was about 24 hours before I got here. So I was a little concerned about that, but also, obviously I'm here now. It is cold, don't get me wrong, but it's no snow on the ground. It was raining last night on the way in. It started to frost a little bit, but not, nothing too serious. It's more salt than anything that was on my mirrors and stuff. But, we got here in a pretty timely fashion. As I said, I parked here at midnight. So, I sat for 5 hours, woke up about 4:30. Went to go try the office. Door was locked. 4:45, door was locked. 5 o'clock, door was locked. Got on the phone or send a message to dispatch, let them know what's going on. Like, there's no one here. So basically been back and forth with Prime all day. Finally they showed up, and we're now getting unloaded. But basically after this, we're probably gonna go park at the truck stop. It doesn't look like there are any loads in the New Mexico area. As far as I can see, it's pretty much a deadhead to Texas, and there's couple loads that are delivering, but they're all delivering on Monday. So I'm hoping that I can work something out with sales, because my Dante just had to do, well, he didn't have to, I kind of volunteered him to do a 34. So I actually ran this load as solo, which is why it took me more than a day to do it. But I had him do a 34. He only had about 8 or 9 hours on his 70-hour clock. So I had him do a 34, pick this load up. So he's now reset. I have pretty strong recaps coming back, as far as, I believe this starts tonight. Either tonight or tomorrow night I have pretty strong recaps, so I'm not too concerned with the remainder of my hours. But that certainly doesn't mean that I want to pick, first of all, did head out to Texas to pick up a load that we're most likely going to run as a team truck and then have to sit until Monday. So we'll both, by the time we pick those loads up and go ahead and run them, we'll be about I think from the soonest appointment, it was about 36 hours early. So I think one was going to Georgia and 2 of them are going to South Carolina. About 100-mile difference as far as total mileage goes. But I certainly don't. I don't want to sit for a 34. Dante just had one. I don't need one. And we're a full team truck. So I'm going to see if we can make some magic happen. But as far as the rest of the plan for today, get unloaded, see if we need a washout, which we probably will. I already know there's one 15 miles from here. There's a truck stop right across the street from it that has a fantastic taco truck. I remember stopping here when I was a solo driver and actually ate there. I had to stay at the hotel because when I had my Freightliner, I had to put my Freightliner in the shop for my axle seals. I had a real problem with my axle seals on my last truck. So I was at the dealership for 2 days. And then, at that time I was a company driver, so the company paid for the hotel. And so I stayed in that hotel, and right in the parking lot of that hotel was this food truck right across from the truck stop. So, obviously late at night, food truck's not open, walk across the street, ate some Denny's, but that food truck, that taco truck was real good. So that's probably where we're gonna head after this. We're gonna see what this weekend is gonna entail. I'm gonna give it, at least until we get unloaded. Obviously when we leave, we're gonna go take showers, eat, stuff like that, then see what's available. Hopefully something good, and that doesn't require us to sit for 36 hours this weekend, but we'll see what it brings. But so far as revenue is concerned for this week, I actually started off pretty well since I took that Cali load. So I've already grossed just under $5,000 for the week, and today's Friday. So really, I obviously don't want to take any low loads, but I'm certainly not going to be hurting for revenue this pay period. But like I said, it's really going to depend on what we're going to be able to get out of here. But until next time, I will get a little bit more consistent with my videos. I know it's been 5 days, but like I always tell you guys, my job and training, Dante comes first. So whenever I do find the time, like now, obviously I couldn't record last night because he was sleeping and it was dark. So now I'm outside in the cold with some sunlight while he's still, finishing up his 10-hour break. But like I said, Dante is first priority. Even though I really, really do enjoy, coming and talking to you guys. I enjoy doing YouTube. Training Dante is my #1 priority for the moment. Now, until we can actually get the hang of things, this is his first weekend, and we're just over 6,500 miles for him in the past 8 days. So he's doing pretty well. He's doing actually a lot better than I imagine a student usually does on his first week. So that's actually pretty good. It's going to be a great TNT phase for him as well as myself. And until we can get comfortable, I'm just going to have to get to a video whenever I get to a video, as Do It All says. So yeah, until next time, as I always say, if you're already thinking, you might as well do it logically, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.